We'll take our first question from Brendan Batchelor.
Hey, Travis, just want to start off with your reaction to the difficult news on the media side of things yesterday with what happened at TSN 1040.
Yeah, it's, you never like to see anything like that happen in the business that you're in. Obviously, it's a difficult day for a lot of people that, over at TSN that cover our team, and you feel bad for them.
With regards to your group here, another practice you're able to get in here, I think it was your 5th of the season. And with your schedule being lighter going forward, how valuable is that practice time going to be? And how much did you see the rewards of getting a practice in from your group in the last game?
It's personally, it's vital for our team to practice. Had far too little amount of time to practice. I think we've had, since the first day of the season, this would be our 4th practice. We had another one that was like a morning skate. And I think any team needs practice time, but especially a team that has some new players, new defensemen on it. It has been a little bit frustrating. So it was good to get out and practice today.
Next up is Thomas Drance.
Travis, you just indicated that you found the lack of practice time frustrating. Is it safe to say that the density of the schedule, 16 games in 27 days, has been a source of frustration for you?
Yeah, it has. I think it's been brutal. It's a lot of games, 10 games on the road. We own the losses, though. I'm not saying that we deserve to win games that we haven't, but I think the schedule has played a part of our start. It's probably cost us, I don't know, a point, 2, 3 points, who knows how many, but I think it's affected our group physically in a couple ways. When you play, it's easy to say, well, you've played 16 games in 26 or 7 days, but you didn't have exhibition games, and the games wear you down, especially early in the year. And we haven't had a chance to recover some of our players in those games. And I think we really missed the practice time. Like I said, you work on your structure, your details in practice. We've been trying to show it in video, but you need to run through it, especially, again, early in the season. I think we're a type of team that prides ourselves on a certain type of game that we play. It's no secret, teams know how everyone plays. I saw when we played Winnipeg, they were talking about the game against Edmonton and how the game against us, how the 2 games will be different, and it'll be a faster game, yet we might not have faster players. And we play a high energy, direct game. And I think that's very structured. We want structure in our game, and we haven't been able to get to either as much as we've liked because of the schedule. And again, we own it. But it's also reality that we have had a heavy schedule.
How much do you have to take all of that into account in plotting, this? You've got a run of games at home coming up, no back-to-back through the rest of this month. How do you react to the hand you've been dealt and sort of make the best of what's ahead of you?
Yeah, Drancer, I've said this to you guys, a few times over every season. We worry about the things that we can control and worry about the things we can. Don't worry about the things we can't control and worry about the things that we can. And, we're trying to maximize every day that we're at the rink. And that's all we can worry about. You play the same teams every year. You're going to be able to, if you win your games, good things will happen. But for us, it's a process, and we're trying to make sure that our team game is solid right now and take it a game at a time. We just worry about our next game.
Next up is Farhan Lalji.
Travis, along with the practice day, was it nice to actually get a rest day before that?
Yeah, was. Even from a coaching side, it's just a day to reflect and think about your team and think about different things in your game without having a game the next day is always nice. It's hard to believe that that's the first time all season that we've had a day where we haven't had a game the next day. And it was nice.
Lots of theories about the club's slow start. One centers around your possible contract situation. I'm not suggesting that teams are trying or players are trying to get you a contract or get you fired or anything like that. But do you think just the uncertainty of it all, does it lead to some instability in the locker room from time to time?
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think that that's an issue. I don't think it's a topic in our room. I'm not obviously in the room all the time, but I think everyone in our team is pulling on the rope. I don't think, to answer your question bluntly, I don't think it has been.
Thank you.
Next up is Jay Janauer.
Travis, getting back to Batch's first question, you guys are going through a tough stretch right now, having lost 5 in a row. You've got your own problems dealing with this hockey team. Yesterday, you took the time out of your day with everything going on with this hockey team to reach out to those people who lost their jobs. It was a human side of you that we don't get to see too often. Why did you feel it was important, Travis, to reach out to some individuals from TSN 1040? Because I think you should be commended for that.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. It's just when people lose their jobs and you deal with them and you work with them, I'd like to think that everyone's in this, we're all in it together. And you just don't like to see people lose their jobs. And I've dealt with a lot of those people from time to time over the years and just reached out to them.
Thanks for doing it, because I know it meant a lot to the people that I spoke with about it. Let's talk hockey now.
Okay.
When you look at your team, Travis, and where you're at right now, and we know the identity that you want to be, how close are you to becoming that identity of the team that you want to be to have the success?
Well, I hope that we're closer than we have been. I think we showed it last game. The first 40 minutes of the game might have been the best hockey we've played in a long time, including last season. And I've said it to you guys many times as well. Sometimes you play well and you lose. And I find that it's funny how momentum is when things are going really well and you get on a roll. Sometimes you win a game in that role that you probably shouldn't have. And when things aren't going the way you want and you're on a roll the wrong way, sometimes you lose a game that maybe you should have. And I felt like that was one of those games. And again, win or lose, we've got to just reset. And I thought it was good to get back on the ice today with our group. We have been working on a lot of things through video, and to get on the ice and work on it is nice. And yet our guys also understand that just because you played a good game last game, we need that same kind of effort for the next game. And our team is based on a lot of effort. And, that's the way we win hockey games.
Thanks, Travis.
Okay.
Next up is Ben Kuzma.
Hey, Travis, just one from me. You referenced the brutal schedule, and it is what it is. And it's such a weird year, Travis, with everything, the COVID protocols, the travel, getting off to a slow start. You mentioned rare practices, no exhibition games. You've got new players, Travis. You've got young, impressionable players who are learning on the fly. As you head into a very critical series, I know you're asked this a lot, but I think it's a really critical time. What's the mood of this club, Travis? Where do you think your club is at mentally?
I think they're fairly good. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, the mood in our room is unbelievable right now. It shouldn't be. When you lose 5 in a row, you need to, there's some urgency. There's some probably doubt. That's no secret. That's the way it is in sport. But I've said it many times to our team that we play our best hockey when you play with confidence and you play with urgency. And that it doesn't change just because you've won or you lost. You still have to go out and play the game. And, I believe that too. You play the game, you learn from it, you talk about it, you reset, and you play the next game. The games, that's the only way to look at it. But inside our locker room, are the guys feeling full of confidence? Probably not. But the best way to get confidence back is go play your ass off and play hard. Error on the side of defense. I think we've been trying to tighten things up defensively. It's an old saying, but good defense creates good offense. that's at the end of the day, when you play a 200-foot game, good things happen. And to win in this game, you have to have that anyway.
Thank you.
Okay.
Next up is Cam Mitchell.
Hi, Travis. Just wanted to follow up on what Brendan and Jay asked about TSN 1040. I'm just curious, do you think this is going to take away from team and fan interaction now that a number of people won't be there?
I don't know how that'll affect. I know Vancouver and the city and how passionate our fans are, how they love talking hockey on all the stations. And, I think is there going to be people that miss listening to TSN? Yeah, for sure. But the passion's still going to be there in the city. It's Canada, it's Vancouver. People love the team. They love hockey, and that's not going to change.
Thank you.
And with the final question is Josh Clipperton.
Travis, just about the schedule. I mean, you talked about how condensed it is, but now with the new protocols that have come in the last week of, guys in different rooms, virtual meetings, how even more difficult is your job or challenging to get the message across, whatever message that might be to the team?
Yeah, it's different this year for sure, especially now that there's newer rules that we've installed. But again, you got to be adaptable and stay focused. Those are two words that we kind of use in our room. That's every team deals with that part of it anyway, so that's not going to be an excuse for us. But it's new challenges. It's a different process than it was in years past, but that's just the way it is. And you've got to keep your focus as a player and a coach, and also be adaptable.
Like on the road, were you having to go between like two different locker rooms to talk to guys between period? Like, what did that look like if you don't?
No, not yet. We haven't had to do that yet.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Thanks so much, Greener.